Do. Make sure this is turned up all the way. I max it out. Turn my YouTube all the way up. And let's jam out. Well, hey, LogicProHacks, this is Brian. I'm talking to you, or I'm at a Sky Zone, and I'm in my car. There's a birthday party going on, and I had a little bit of time to kill, and I decided to, hey, this would be a cool moment to do a video, show you what I have going on as far as doing a portable in your car stereo mixing session. Here's the first thing you need. You need a good laptop, and right now, as you can see, I have an Asus laptop. It's running OS X El Capitan, and I also run Logic Pro on it. I haven't got Logic Pro open yet, but I just wanted to show you that. And it is an Asus. It says Asus. That's the laptop I have. So that's hack number one. I will go into more detail about how I built this laptop, and I'm using what you call the Clover boot method. It's basically what it does is it overwrites the UEFI or the BIOS and injects its own BIOS version and fakes it out and makes it look like a Mac. And then you can load an actual real OS X disk on it. It's kind of cool. There's a whole forum out there that does this. I'm not going to get in much detail right now because Google is your friend, dude. That's all I'm going to say right now about that. However, I did want to go into more detail about how my setup is working. So right now, as you can see, that I have two USB ports on this side. They're both USB 3. The type of laptop I'm using is a Asus Q550LF is the model number of the Asus. Now, I did have some trouble getting this to work with OS X El Capitan. There are certain things that just don't work. One is the wireless, the Wi-Fi adapter. It won't work. You have to use an external one, or the network port does work, but the Wi-Fi will not work. So you have to use an external one, which is fine by me because the internal one kind of sucks ass anyways. And you can buy this USB 3 one that has like an extra long antenna and like pick up every single Wi-Fi in the neighborhood. So I like that part. So that didn't really bother me. And also, like when I'm at home, I just use network port on the side, the regular hardwired Ethernet network port. Oh yeah, and so the other part that does not work on this laptop is the video card, because it's using an NVIDIA chipset that's never been supported by Mac, especially in the Hackintosh world. The way around it is there's an Intel chipset, I believe, that's that's integrated into the laptop as well, and you just use that one. And for me, I don't do gaming, so that's not really a big deal to me. So the chipset works just fine. There's some couple bugs, and I'll go into that later on about this laptop. So far, I like it. The other part to tell you about that's kind of interesting is in my setup, I'm in a minivan, as you can tell already, and I have this thing, which is called this is a Duracell 400 watt high power inverter. I picked it up at Target for around about $35, maybe $30. And what it does is it plugs into your cigarette lighter and has two AC outlets and a USB port. It has wires that you can actually hardwire it into your battery if you wanted to do it that way too. So that is the inverter, and that's how I'm getting power to the laptop. So it's kind of cool. The other thing that I'm running, the other issue that you have is this model, the Asus, they have this thing on the side here where you would plug in your headphones. It's one of these two-way kind of audio adapters where it's headphone and microphone. But the problem is when you plug in the adapter, it doesn't really know how to switch right, or there was like something weird that was loose in there, and so every time you would plug something in, it would cause a big loud popping sound on the actual audio connection. It almost like killed my ears. So I was just like, there's no way I'm ever going to use that audio out port for this model of Asus. And the thing is I don't like those kind of audio connections anyways. I actually always use like an audio interface to do my work. Now, I did find this guy right here. This is what you call an Audio Advantage Roadie. It's made by Turtle Beach, and it's a very old unit. Now, here's the cool thing about it. It's actually made for Windows XP. It will not work on Windows 7. It won't work on anything else but Windows XP. That is the only thing it will work on, except for Mac. This is the funny thing. So what this thing really is, it's just an old portable audio interface for surround sound. And it has actually almost 8 outputs, I believe, or something like that. And it has a SPDIF, or optical out, Toslink. Now, the cool thing about this unit is it works on any Mac I plug it in, with exceptions. I cannot get this surround sound part to work, which is fine with me. I don't really care about the surround sound. I don't use it. But the cool thing that I can use is I can use the output 7 and 8 right there going out into like a stereo mix or headphone mix. And it's loud. It actually has a good, clean signal. And it works. I've used it on Snow Leopard. I've used it on Mavericks and then El Capitan. I guess you would say that this is, on the Mac side, this is compliantless. It doesn't really matter. It just shows up and it says USB audio. It has a really good sound. Now, where can you find one of these things? They don't make them anymore. Well, you could probably find one on eBay, pretty cheap. They're not supported on Windows anymore. And no one pretty much uses XP anymore because that's when they stopped making drivers for these things. However, you can use this thing with no drivers needed on a Mac OS X system. I have not tested this out on the newer one, Yosemite, or whatever you call it, Yosemite, but I have tested this on El Capitan and it works fine. Plug my headphones in there and it's great for traveling because I travel the train and I like it. So it's great for that. So that's this part. That's where I do my sound. So it's like a nice little USB audio connection that connects in there. For where the audio goes, this actually plugs into the aux cable, which is I drive a Toyota Sienna right now, and it cranks really loud, as I showed you at the beginning of the video. It's really loud. The bass is thumping, and it just sounds really nice. And I'm running that from this Mac Pro laptop. One more thing I wanted to show you is I have this really long cable here. You can see this cable. Now what this does, this is another connection, and what this does is this actually connects to my phone, my Android. You can see it's like, and I actually tether the 4G network so I can get internet connection anywhere I go. Yeah, it's going to cost you some money to access that 4G network. You know, it's worth it if you're on the road and you just want to, download a couple things. It's not like the greatest and fastest network, but, it's there and it's available and it's relatively okay. And all packs away in this backpack. Got like a little Swiss type of backpack. I really love this backpack. I got it a long time ago. I think I spent like $80 on it. I've had it for like almost 10 years now. This is what I use for my headphones when I'm traveling. I actually have to ride the train in the morning, and this pair of cans, these are the DT770 Pros by the 250 ohm model by Beyerdynamics. Really amazing set of cans. And what's cool about these things is the bass response on these things is absolutely amazing. Just they're not overdone in a way that they add fake bass like the other models do. The Beats Audio, I hate those things. You'll never see me wearing those. Just overrated, too expensive for what they are. But these guys are so worth it. At the 250 ohm model, actually, you need some kind of headphone amplifier system to run these things. But once you get a really clean amplifier and run them, they sound amazing. The highs in them are really good, and the bass response really good. And so if you're doing like dubstep, these are perfect for these things. Especially if you're mixing on the road and you don't have the ability to, listen to your mix. However, I'm in a car and I can test out my mix in the car, so that's kind of cool too. So this is my portable studio setup. So I just wanted to, just do a little show and tell video today. I'm in the car. Let me know what you think. If you like this, I'll do some more videos. And remember, my friends, be groovy.